Welcome along to your week ahead forecast from the Met Office. Bit of a north-south split as we go through this week. It's the autumn equinox this week, so you'd expect the weather to be turning more autumnal, and definitely across the north we're going to see elements of that. Some strong winds, and in places there will be some wet weather as well. Whereas across the south we should, by and large, hang on to the fine weather. Certainly the first half of the week looking largely dry and sunny, and mostly staying fine until the end of the week as well across the south. Here's the bigger picture. Let's run through the whole week. You can see high pressure across much of the UK to start with. It holds on across the south, but these weather systems come in more frequently as the week goes on, and these weather fronts will be bringing rain. And in particular, notice how those isobars at times squeezing together close to the low pressure systems, which tells us it's also going to be turning quite windy. So that's the broad overview, north-south split. For many, though, Tuesday's a fine day. Another element of autumnal weather becoming more prevalent, fog, and there will be some of that around on Tuesday morning. Should steadily clear, though, and then for most it's a fine day. Perhaps a bit more cloud bubbling up through the day compared to Monday across the south, and some thickening cloud in western Scotland with a bit of drizzly weather here come the afternoon. And we'll start to see the winds picking up through the day in the northwest as well. Otherwise, the wind's pretty light. Many places dry and bright with some sunshine, temperatures in the high teens, low 20s, so feeling pretty pleasant. However, those winds are going to pick up in the northwest. Deep area of low pressure heading across Iceland, actually, but the impact's being felt across northern Britain. This weather front slowly heading south during Tuesday night and Wednesday, but look at those isobars really squeezing together. So on Tuesday night, we could see gusts of 50, 60 miles an hour, maybe 65 miles an hour in very exposed places up to the northwest. And there will be wet weather around as well from that weather front slowly sinking southwards. A wet day certainly for northwest Scotland, but it may take until quite late on before that rain gets down to the central belt and eventually into parts of Northern Ireland. The cloud will be increasing here, but generally much of the southern half of the country having another fine and bright day with some sunny spells across the east. Temperatures again likely to get over 20 Celsius, but generally a bit more cloud developing through Wednesday compared to Monday and Tuesday. That weather front continues to track southwards as we head through Wednesday night and Thursday, but it's followed by another fairly deep area of low pressure. Again, those isobars pretty close together. Maybe not as windy as Wednesday, but certainly looking fairly gusty across much of northern Britain during Thursday. That first weather front bringing more cloud for England and Wales. A bit of light rain is possible, but it should be fizzling out. And certainly again, much of the east will stay dry, but generally cloudy air. That next weather system bringing a band of rain south across Scotland, Northern Ireland, maybe into northern England as well. And again, it will be quite blustery, especially over hills. By the time we get to Thursday night and into Friday, there's another area of low pressure. Again, mostly heading its way up towards Iceland, but it's dangling weather fronts still impacting parts of the UK with more cloud and some outbreaks of rain. Detail uncertain on the timings of those weather fronts, but certainly further south under the influence of high pressure, there will be quite a lot of cloud, maybe some drizzle over coast and hills, but generally it will be dry. And it's in the east again where we should hang on to the brightest weather during Friday with some sunny spells. Cloudier further north as that next weather system brings more cloud and some showery rain. And again, it will be quite breezy here, whereas the winds in the south shouldn't be too significant. Again, more uncertainty as we head towards the weekend, as you'd expect at this stage, but the broad pattern remains with high pressure down to the southwest, keeping things mostly dry. Another area of low pressure likely to bring some wet and windy weather across the northern half of the country. So that's the broad themes into the weekend. Obviously, again, for details on that, stay up to date over the next few days. And the best way to do that, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channels or follow us across social.